Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is September the 19th, 2020. I hope you guys are enjoying your days and your weekend. I just watched some SmackDown because, ladies and gentlemen, we got two matches that got added for Clash of Champions. But I would tell you guys that during the matches, because a guy announced during the matches, and well, technically one match did, and one match did not get announced during the match. But it's going to be Cesaro and Shinsuke defending their tag team titles against the Lucha House Party. God dang. I almost said House Dragons. But ladies and gentlemen, that's who they're going to be defending their titles against. Now let's talk about the segments, because both segments was a brawl. Well, technically, one was an attack and one was a brawl to a security guard. So we have Big E have it coming out, and this security guard that set him up with Xavier Woods being here and to get attacked by Sheamus 2 weeks ago because of Sheamus. The same security guard did the same thing to Sheamus, but it wasn't about a friend coming. It was his car being towed, and Sheamus got upset and he was yelling at some guy, but this some guy was Big E. Big E was beating up Sheamus until Sheamus threw the security guard and he ran away. And Big E says, "You're the security guard that set me up." And he started beating up the security guard and destroying him. And oh my God, even he did a belly to belly on top of the car onto this security guard. Oh my goodness gracious. And then, ladies and gentlemen, then he stuffed him into a trunk. He put him in the trunk, and then this Adam Pearce guy told Big E he has to leave the building because he's hurting a personnel or a security guard, whatever it is. Big E has to leave the building. Big E is mad. He's ticked off, and he wants Sheamus. I'm surprised he didn't do anything in the main event. That was a spoiler alert. But ladies and gentlemen, and then we had Sasha Banks talking about what happened to her like 2 weeks ago, something like that. What happened with her and Bayley, and what Bayley had to say, that she used her and she's nothing now. And that was Sasha Banks said to Bayley, that she's nothing without her. Bayley's nothing without Sasha Banks, and she would not be champion because of Sasha Banks. Without Sasha Banks and all that stuff. And she talked about her friendship with Bayley, her days in the Performance Center, and all that stuff. And then she did say, "I'm useless to you now? That means I could take your title. One of these days, I could take what you love the most." And that's the SmackDown Women's Championship. Then you hear a chair getting smack, and then Bayley attacked Sasha Banks behind with a steel chair, and looks like Sasha Banks can't stand, and she got hurt with a steel chair. Look, she had a neck brace on. Bayley took the neck brace off, and looks like she wants to stomp on the chair, put the Sasha Banks' neck underneath the chair again, and stomp on it. But the Performance Center guys, because Sasha Banks was getting interviewed at the Performance Center, and all the security guards were in the Amway Center in the WWE Thunderdome. So these guys that we never seen in the Performance Center and this woman came out to stop Bayley. But these two people, that this guy was checking on Sasha Banks, telling these two, this guy and this lady, "Get her out of here." They're just staring out of nowhere. Go get her out of there. What are you doing? There's two of you and there's one of her, okay? Jesus. You could take her out of there. So that happened there with Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks is getting hurt more because of Bayley. It's getting too personal with them. Let's talk about Monday Night Raw first, because 3 big matches got made. 3? Alright guys, they announced it on here. I just don't know. I don't know what the heck that is, but I don't want that. 3 big matches, right? And I believe there's 3 big matches on Raw. That's Tony Nese, so we don't want Tony Nese. Where is that? Maybe because it was... my goodness. I thought I knew all of them, and it was big 3 matches, and some reason I don't know which one it is. I think I'm close. There it is. So, on Raw, we have 3 big matches here. We have Keith Lee will be versus Drew McIntyre because what happened last week. The match didn't happen, and we still don't know anything about Randy Orton. I think Randy Orton is going to come out and maybe make it a triple threat match for the WWE Championship at Clash of Champions. I don't know. Keith Lee versus Drew McIntyre will be happening. And I believe in the Raw Underground, I think, Toda, whatever his name is, the big giant guy that was undefeated at Raw Underground, will be versus Braun Strowman. I think that's Raw Underground. I don't know. It doesn't say anything about it. Here, let me read this a little bit more. Braun Strowman collides with this stupid guy. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about... Yeah, I call him a stupid guy. Sorry. We're going to have a triple threat tag team match to determine who will be versus Street Profits at Clash of Champions. And there's one team that I do want to see win because they never had an opportunity, and they're not attacking each other like every other tag team is doing that now. And mostly everyone in this match is doing that except for this one tag team. We had Seth Rollins and Murphy versus Andrade and Angel Garza versus Dominic Mysterio and Humberto Carrillo. Dominic and Humberto Carrillo, I want to see. It will be a terrific match between Angel Dawkins and the Street Profits. I would like that match. So I hope those two win. We will find out on Monday Night Raw. Now let's get to SmackDown. Well, we had the dirt sheet, ladies and gentlemen. We had the dirt sheet with The Miz and John Morrison talking about why they got rid of Mandy Rose and put her on Monday Night Raw. The Miz said he doesn't want to break up those two. It's just to help Otis because he's a Mr. Money Bank, and he has one distraction, and that distraction is his peach, Mandy Rose. So Miz tries to help him to focus on being the top to get to the Universal Championship. And then he was making fun of them and all that stuff, and then Otis came out and started attacking both men, John Morrison and The Miz, all by himself. Miz was about to leave, but Tucker made sure that didn't happen. Tucker threw The Miz back in the ring. He got a caterpillar on. No, he got an exploder suplex, and then Tucker threw John Morrison back in. He did another exploder suplex over the top rope onto John Morrison. John Morrison has some height in that. And then the caterpillar happened onto John Morrison, and then a Vader bomb on The Miz. Caterpillar on The Miz and a Vader bomb on The Miz. And then Otis wasn't done there. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but Otis stripped The Miz out of his clothes in his tidy whities. Miz, you're wearing tidy whities? Didn't you just make fun of Otis in tidy whities, and you're wearing tidy whities? Oh my goodness gracious. And then, ladies and gentlemen, then he holding his clothes and covering himself. He said he has a plan, and he talked to some person on the phone, and whoever that was on the phone, I guess it was a lawyer, because Otis got served. And if Otis has 1 week to give up the Money in the Bank briefcase. If he doesn't, he has to, the suing will continue. So that happened there. I don't know what to say, but that happened there. Next we have Cesaro will be versus Grand Metalik. I already told you guys that Clash of Champions Lucha House Party will have a shot against Cesaro and Shinsuke for the tag titles. But we don't know which two will be in it because there's 3 of them. There's Kalisto, Lindsay Dorado, and Grand Metalik. Which one? Which 2 is going to be in this match? We don't know, but like you're showing Grand Metalik versus Cesaro, I thought it was a pretty decent match. Vince didn't like it. If you guys have seen the rumor or the links on the Facebook, it sounds like Vince didn't like this match. He changed it during the match, during the commercial, stuff like that. He didn't like it. I thought it was a pretty decent match. I just drooled all over it. I don't know if you guys seen that. But I enjoyed the match. It was pretty good. Kalisto and Lindsay Dorado went up to the apron because they both were trying to give Grand Metalik some advice, but it's not the same advice because Corey Graves is saying Kalisto was gone and he knows how to win championships. Has he won the SmackDown Tag Team titles? No. He won 2 singles titles, that doesn't need tag team partners, and he won the NXT tag titles with another person named Sin Cara. That's not with Lindsay Dorado and Grand Metalik. How does he know how to do that? Jesus, I don't understand you, Mr. Corey Graves. Be smart, man. Be smart. He wasn't smart with the Intercontinental Championship stuff, too. He's still saying Sami Zayn is still the champion. Sami said he doesn't want to wrestle. He didn't wrestle for 6 months. We're not supposed to have an Intercontinental Championship for 6 months because Sami wants to have a vacay? That's his fault. I was laughing at what Michael Cole telling Corey Graves off and telling him the truth. I was laughing at that. I like Michael Cole. Sometimes I like him, sometimes I don't. But him doing those kind of things is funny. But ladies and gentlemen, the winner of that match with the distraction because of his teammates left because they got kicked out of the ring because they can't figure out what the heck to do. Grand Metalik lost to Cesaro, and that happens. Poor Mr. Grand Metalik. Then we had Nikki Cross will be versing Lacey Evans. How this match happened. We have a moment of bliss with Alexa Bliss and guest Nikki Cross. And they talk about Nikki Cross's pastimes versing Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Championship. And Nikki Cross says, there's no Sasha Banks, so I don't have to worry about her. Just have to focus on Bayley. She did ask a question about The Fiend. But we know the trigger word now to make Alexa Bliss in the trends. And it's The Fiend. Well, Nikki Cross didn't say The Fiend, and she wants to know why did she do this Sister Abigail move onto Nikki Cross last week. Alexa Bliss couldn't explain it. She didn't understand it. She can't control it. But she got interrupted by Lacey Evans. Lacey Evans was calling calling those ladies nasties and crying, fake crying, and blah 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 blah. And then she said Nikki can't win the title because she's too good. She's a goody two shoes. She doesn't have a backbone. She doesn't have a mean streak. Nikki showed that she has a mean streak by blowing in the handkerchief of Miss Lacey Evans. So, and then Nikki Cross attacked Lacey Evans. Lacey Evans went in the ring, and then we have this match. Lacey Evans versus Nikki Cross. Pretty decent match. Not bad. But ladies and gentlemen, Lacey Evans brought out a big jug of hand sanitizer to wash her hands. You have to wash your hands because of the current situation we have now. And then she brought it in the ring and squirted all over the face of Nikki Cross and put it in her eyes. I don't know if it's a disqualification because she didn't whack somebody with a weapon. She squirted it. It's like when somebody throws water on their opponent. Is that a disqualification? Is that a disqualification or a soda? Is that a disqualification? I don't think so because they're not hitting them with the cup. They're just throwing it. So, I don't know. Nikki Cross got mad and she got really ticked off and she gets the win. But Lacey said, went to Alexa Bliss because she was on the commentary and Lacey said, The Fiend. And you saw Alexa Bliss in her trance, got out of the commentary without saying a word and did a Sister Abigail onto Lacey Evans. The Fiend is a trigger word. And I think whoever says it, you're going to get Sister Abigail by Alexa Bliss. So be careful what you ask for. I believe last week it was Michael Cole said the Fiend. And then Nikki Cross got the Sister Abigail. I think that's what it is. Then we had AJ Styles versus Sami Zayn. Both guys think they're the Intercontinental Champions. I'm getting sick and tired of hearing Sami Zayn saying, I'm the champion, but I was gone for 6 months. I couldn't defend it because I want to be on my vacay. But why is he the champion? Why does he think he's a champion? Because he didn't. There's a lot of people that vacated the title because of injuries or just left the company, just like Tessa Blanchard or Seth Rollins, because of injuries. And they still say they're the champions, but there was actually a reason why they did that. Why they had to vacate the title. You didn't want to do it because the situation that is happening in the world, but the other champions in the WWE, like the WWE United States, the tag team champions, the women's champions, the tag and the world champions of the women's, they all came still, but except for you. Except for you, Sammy. And you think you're Mr. Big Shot because you didn't get pinned or submitted. You vacated the title. Now you're end of the line. Just beat Jeff Hardy. Then you come the number contender. You couldn't beat AJ Styles. AJ wins the match. But because you want to hold the tights, referee saw you hold the tights, and AJ Styles did the same thing, but the referee didn't see the tights this time. But, ladies and gentlemen, Sami Zayn still wants to tell Greg, tell the people that I'm still the champion until Jeff Hardy came out to attack both guys, AJ Styles and Sami Zayn. He looked like he wanted the table, but he didn't want the table. He put that back. He grabbed a ladder, and he started attacking everybody with the ladder. And he's sick and tired of the intercontinental drama because he's getting called fraud and a fake champion. Wait, isn't that the same thing? He said something else because Sami says something and AJ Styles says something. So he wants to issue a challenge to both guys in a triple threat match, but not a normal triple threat match. He wants a triple threat intercontinental championship match. Sami, AJ Styles, and Jeff Hardy in a ladder match. Pretty decent match. And it was confirmed and official on Talking Smack that it's happening. I can't wait to see it. I thought it was going to be an original triple threat match. But they put ladder match in it. They have an ambulance match and an intercontinental championship match. A ladder match. I would be more interested to see Dominic and Humberto win their first tag team titles. First titles in their careers. That'll be interesting. Then we had a Samoan street fight. I don't know what's the difference of the original street fight and a Samoan street fight. Can anyone tell me? Because I don't know. We had Jey Uso and Roman Reigns. Roman actually did the match. He actually came on time because Paul Heyman says Roman will come out first because he is always coming out last, and some reason he comes like an hour late. So he came first, and he has something to say. I don't know what he said. It was boring. I didn't care. He said it before. I don't want to hear it again. Jey Uso came out, and then the rest of King Corbin and Sheamus came out, and then King Corbin had his weird scepter, the green poop scepter. Hey, I don't know why is it still green? Why? That doesn't make you a king. It's like watching like an evil king on cartoons, and he has a black crown. I don't call you a king. I'm going to say you have a burnt up freaking crown. You're not a king. A king has a gold crown. I'm sorry, if you guys hear something, that's my brother being weirdo. But ladies and gentlemen, they have a golden crown, and I don't like it still. But ladies and gentlemen, the winner of that match was Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. A lot of weapons got used. We got tables, we had chairs. Roman Reigns getting whacked in the head with a chair. I thought they can't do headshots, but they threw the chair at Roman's head, and then the announce table got used. But ladies and gentlemen, we got a spear and a frog splash combo, and 1, 2, 3. Uso gets the win. They were laughing and happy and all this stuff. But after Jey Uso left, there's a dead stare Roman Reigns did to Jey Uso. The guy's going to destroy Jey Uso next Sunday. What's going to happen there? But if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, you know what to do. That's all for me today. Tyler is out. I will see you guys on Tuesday for Monday Night Raw results, baby boy. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for me today. Bye-bye.